Hey guys, and welcome back. If you're into football and haven't tried Fantasy Premier League yet, you are seriously missing out. And if you have played it, then you already know how wild it can get. One minute you are top of your mini league, the next minute you are not. That's why in this tutorial I will help you to build your own team. So let's jump right in. So before heading to Fantasy, you can see that there are some titles or some tabs in here in the Premier League website. First one is the matches, and in this tab you can see the schedule of all the following or the future matches in the Premier League. So starting with 15 August, this is gonna be the first game to be played. Next is the table, and in table it will show you all the scores and the points each team got in the Premier League. So since it did not start yet, you will find these all are zeros. Next is statistics, and in this tab it shows you statistics of the previous season, points provided by each team and each player. So for example, the top of the goals were achieved by Mohamed Salah, the assists were achieved by Mohamed Salah as well, the total passes were achieved by Van Dijk. So anyone who placed Van Dijk in his team got the highest passes so far, and the highest clean sheets was also Van Dijk. You can also see the statistics of different teams, not only players. So for example, the total passes was achieved by Man City. It was the highest team that got passes during the Premier League Fantasy during the previous season. So by heading to Fantasy, you have three options. So I'm going to use Fantasy Premier League to start building my team. We have three modes. Two of them are played with friends and one of them is generic, which is pick your squad. So I'm going to pick this one. Head to squad selection to start building your team. So the first rule of the squad selection is that you have $100 million or 100 million currency that you can spend on different players. You have 15 players to build, and of course some of them is more expensive than the other because of course players like Van Dijk and Mohamed Salah, for example, get so many points so that fantasy will have to make you pay so much money in return for one of them, so that you will not place all the very good or all the highly skilled players in your team. This is why they are limiting the budget, so that it will be like a fair opportunity to all people. You will not place all the good players in your team. You have a limited budget. So I'm going to start building my goalkeepers. For goalkeeper, I'm going to go with Areola. Since Areola costs 4.5 million, you can see that it has been deducted from the total money that I got, which is the 100 million, and now I have 95.5 left to spend. And for the defense, I'm going first with Gabriel. For 6 million, and maybe Saliba for another 6 million. Then I'm going to pick Dodgy for 4.5 million. So now I still have 79 million left. Now for the mid, I'm going to pick Salah. Then Saka. Then Palmer, um, maybe I can pick Easy, and finally Pereira. Well, I guess he does not exist in this list, so I'm going to pick maybe Sun. Perfect, now we still have 28 million. So now I want to place some forward players. So first I'm going to go with Isaac. Still 17.5 million, so I'm going to pick Pedro for this spot. And still got 10 million to spend. So I'm going to place my backup goalkeeper as Matt Turner. He does not exist. Then I'm going with Tyler or Bill, maybe Archer. So some players were not found because I forgot to reset. So going back to Turner, I'm going to place him as my goalkeeper. Gonna search for Tyler. No result. Bill. Unfortunately, by adding Bill, I will not have any money left. But so I will not add Bill for now. So I'm going to either pick one defender or one forward, and this is gonna be my final my final team build. So I'm going to either pick Gvardiol or I'm going to pick Wood. I think I'm going to go with Gvardiol. And this is gonna be my team. So I spent all my 100 million and still got 2 spots left, but I think this is for the best because someone like Mohamed Salah, for example, will score more than two players at the same time combined. So if you are while building your team you are confused, you can click on auto pick so that you can choose a player by random. And if you want to reset your team, you can click on reset from here. So now if we try to enter the squad this way, you will find that this option is not available. This is because in this tour you will have to complete your whole set of players in your team. It's not allowable for you to leave two empty spots. You have to complete the 15 players all. And since we don't have any money left, we need to make some replacements with expensive players to less expensive ones. So first change I'm going to do is to enter or to choose Milinkovic. So I have to remove Gvardiol, Saliba or Gabriel. So I'm going to leave Gvardiol and I'm going to choose between both Gabriel and Saliba. So if you are confused in this position and you can't choose between two different players, then you can always seek the statistics to help you to get some insights. So for example, Gabriel got 117 points, while Saliba got 130, which means that Saliba achieved in the previous season more points. So I'm going to remove Gabriel and I'm going to get Milankovic to my team. Perfect. Moving to the midfielders, I'm going to use Cunha and I'm going to remove one of the expensive players, maybe Saka. I'm going to drop Saka and maybe get Mbimo first, then I'm going to drop Son maybe and get Cunha. So my defenders are now good enough, and now I have 3 million in my bank. Now moving to the forward, I'm going to remove Pedro and maybe place Raul. Now I have the same two spots and I have 4 million, which are sufficient to only buy one player. So I still have to make some more commercial changes. For my midfielders, I may remove Easy and place Semenyo. With this classification, I still have only 4.5 million. So I will have to drop Mohamed Salah because he is the most expensive in my team. Then I'm going to choose 3 players. Now I have 90 million, which means that I shall not exceed 6 million per each player. However, I'm gonna place Fernandez in my mid. So now I have defense and forward and I have only 10 million. So I am going to use some filters, which are the cost. I'm going to pick players who only cost 5 million. Now I'm going to check the defenders first. So now I have Virgil. Then I'm going to change defenders into forwards. And cost into 5 million. So I'm going to use Edward or Obi. I'm going to use OP. But if we did this, it will reject our request because we placed more than 3 players of the same team. Fantasy only allows you to pick up to 3 players per team so that you will not get all your points at one match, then stay for a long time without receiving any points. So again, I'm going to cancel OP and choose Edward. And now my team is ready and I still owe the bank 1 million. To correct it, I'm going to replace Virgil because he is 6 million. I'm going to choose defenders, then choose the cost as 5 mil. Then remove Virgil and pick Aina. Now we have 15 out of 15 selected before the deadline, and we used all our budget from the bank. Once we are done, you can go and click on enter squad and you will be all ready to go. So I'm going to name myself and choose my favorite club. My favorite club is Liverpool. Accept terms and enter squad. So once the team is made successfully, you can see your points on the left, which is going to increase while the season starts based on your progress or the team or your team's progress in their matches. So I'm satisfied with my team now, and I can't wait till Premier League start to see how they will do. There is also another feature that you can use in the fantasy, which is the captain and vice captain. You can see that Isaac has this C icon beside his name, and Ariola has this V icon beside his name. This means that both these players will get their points doubled. So if you got any points from Isaac and Ariola, they will be doubled. Unlike the other players, only you will get the same points as they achieve. So now I'm going to remove Isaac from captain to vice captain. Then I'm going to give Palmer the captain. And now my team is all ready. So once the Premier League starts, I will compete with 3,160,000 different players, which makes this game awesome because it has so many competency against people or players from all over the world. You can also start creating a team page from Adobe Express since it deals with the Premier League. So you can click on generate team page, and we will have two different options. The first option is to describe an image using AI and it will generate a logo for you, or you can just select one of these preset images, like this one for example. You can change content type like this, you can change styles, and you can change effects. So by choosing the content type, the style, and the effects, then choosing a picture to generate a prompt using AI, you can click on try prompt. And now it will generate more than one logo for you so that you can choose from them. So we have these four options. This one is the one I like the most. You can now click on submit. And now you've got your team badge created successfully. It just needs few minutes or maybe few hours to get verified by the Premier League, and if it's convenient or if it's not violating any of the rules for the Premier League, it will be confirmed and approved for your team badge. So now my team badge has been approved and it's there in my team badge section. And as you can see that my team is now complete, and I have 4 players in my substitute list or my substitute. So if for example I want to replace Raul, or I want to replace Raul, I will click on him and then choose to substitute, and now it will give me all the options that I can use to substitute Raul with. So if I want to place Cunha instead of Raul, I will just press on Cunha and click substitute. And now you can see that Cunha is in the place of Raul for now. So now I have only 1 forward and have 5 mid. So now I'm going to substitute Cunha again by Raul, just like that. So you are free to choose one of these substitutes to get into your team at any time. And once you are done, you can click on save your team so that your team will be all ready. You can also access all the information for any of your players by clicking on him, then choose full profile, where you will find all the fixtures and the history. You can also find these highlights on the top. Perfect. Whenever you want to replace one of your players with another, he will have to be playing in the same rule. For example, if I am going to place Turner into my team and I chose to substitute, the only option is going to be Areola, since he is the only one who is a goalkeeper. I can't replace Turner with Gvardiol, for example, or with Dodgy. And if I want to cancel a substitute, I will click again on Turner and then click on cancel. So now I'm going to build another team, and this time it will be less conventional than the previous team because it will depend on a different tactic. So I'm going to build this team, then I'm going to tell you why I built it this way. So I will start with Fulkrig, as a forward, then Van de Berg as a defense. Next player I'm going to pick is McNeil for mid. You may also search for a specific player, and you can find this exclamation mark beside his name. This means that this player is not available due to an injury or any other reason. So for example, if I clicked on this player, or the exclamation mark itself, you can see that he has knee injury and unknown return date. So this is like a warning that this player you are choosing might not be available to play in the next Premier League, for example. So I'm going to cancel him now. Next, I'm going to place Dign in the defense, then Jorginho in the mid, then Carcass for the defense, then Osula for the forward, so basically my aim was to generate half of the players with 50% of what the bank offered to me. However, now I can find that I almost have 61.5 million, which means that I got cheap players and I still have so much money. So I'm going to go back and cancel most of this team because I chose cheap players and I have so much money left. So I'm going to keep maybe Kirkis and just delete the others. Then Norgard for mid. Now I need to place one forward, so I'm going to pick Wood. Then Fernandez for mid. Then I'm going to pick Isaac. Then Livramento for defense. Then Odegaard for mid. And maybe Haaland to be my final forward. Then Van Bissaka for defense. Then Ayubi for mid. And now I have 5 left and only 23.5 million. So this may not be sufficient for 5 players. However, I'm just going to build these 5 players. Then if I have insufficient money in the bank, I may make some minor changes. So my final midfielder is going to be Tonali. Then I'm going to pick Rubenson for my defense. Now only 13 million. Then my final defense is going to be Nuri. Now I need to place my 2 goalkeepers with only small budget, so I'm going to choose one. Then I'm going to do some minor change so that one player will give me the price of 2 players. So I'm going to pick Pickford as my goalkeeper. Now I have 1.5 million. So I think that the cheapest priced player is 4 million. But let me check. Yeah, the cheapest price is 4 million. So I need to remove one player so that I will have at least $8 million so that I can get 2 players, which means that I need like $6.5 million to sell someone with at least $6.5 million so that I can get 2 players. So I will not sell Pickford, not Livramento. So I can sell Fernandez, Odegaard, Ayubi, Haaland, Isaac, Wood. So I can sell all my forward, and I can sell one of these 3 mid. So I think I'm going to remove Odegaard, and now I got 9.5 million, which means that I can get one for 4 million and another one for 5.5 million. So I'm going to choose Sells as the second goalkeeper, and now I need to get a mid with only 4.5 million. So I'm going to choose from the filtration only for 4.5. Then choose from the players only midfielders. Here I will choose 4.5. And now we've got all these results that we can choose from. So of course none of them is a preferable player for me. This means that I will need to do more edits. So I'm going to see the second cheapest option, which is 5 million. Still no one impressive. 5.5. Some good results. So I have both Anderson. Yeah, only Anderson is available, so I'm going to pick Anderson to be my final mid. So now I need to get a player who is less expensive by 1 million so that I can close my team. So now it's very confusing to remove one of these guys because all of them are so favorable to me. So let's see. I have as goalkeepers Pickford as the most expensive one. So if I searched for goalkeepers, I will need someone who is only 4.5 million. And now I'm going to see if there is someone impressive or not. Yeah, there are some good results. And if I chose 4 million, there is no one impressive. So I will not choose cells because I will not have any benefit, but I can change Pickford. So I'm going to record all the players that I can replace. So in goalkeepers, I have recorded Pickford. Now moving to the defense, I can't replace Pisaka because he's only 4.5 million. Moving to both Livramento and Robinson, if I chose defender for only 4 million, there are no good results. So I will not also change both Livramento and Robinson. So moving to Kirkiz and Nouri, I can place the price as 5 million, and I have some good results. So I can now change both Kirkiz and Nouri in the defense. Done, recorded them. Next, in the mid, if I searched for midfielders, then chose the price as 4.5, there is no good results, so I will keep Nurgaard and Anderson. Then I have 5.5. Also I will leave Tonali. If I want to change Iwobi, I'm going to place this price as 5.5. No good results, so I'm not going to change Iwobi as well. If I chose Fernandez, of course I will find good results because the price is going to be now 8 million. So I have amazing results in here. So the only one I can change in the mid is Fernandez. Now moving on to the forward, the cheapest is Wood, so I can choose the rule as forward, then the price as 6.5. I have good results, so I can replace, I think, the 3 of them. So in forward I can replace all. Now it's time to choose. So my aim now is to change one of these players with one who got more points, for example. So for example, Pickford, let's just reset all the results. Pickford got 158 points. So if I chose goalkeepers and I placed the price as 4.5, no one achieved such points, so I'm going to leave Pickford. Moving to the defense, just reset first. If I searched for Kirkiz, 134 points, and Nouri, 125 points. So my aim is to get someone with more than 125 points, so I'm going to choose defenders, then choose the price as 5, and I got Aina with 128 points. So Aina is more than I think Nuri. Yeah, I can replace Nuri with Aina. However, I think I'm going to replace Fernandez because from what I remember there was an amazing result which is better than Fernandez. So by choosing midfielder, then choosing the price as 8 million, you can see here that Impumo is there, 236 results, while Fernandez has 174. So I can remove Fernandez and place Impumo. So now my team is ready and I got all the fund in my bank used. So the only remaining step is to choose the captain and the vice captain. So I'm going to choose Haaland as my captain and maybe Impumo as my vice captain. So by clicking on enter squad, team X, so now I'm going to replace Nuri with Livramento and Haaland with Rupinson. Then I'm going to place Haaland as my vice captain, and now my team is all ready. So this is another idea that you can follow to build your fantasy team. Now I'm going to build another two ideas for those who don't have so much information about football, but they want to participate in fantasy because they think that it's fun and it's competitive, so they want to take part in it. Again, these two methods are only for people who don't know football but they just want to participate in Fantasy Premier League because they want to feel with the atmosphere of competition with their friends and the probability of being eligible to different prizes provided by fantasy. So the first method is to use ChatGPT or AI. So I will write for ChatGPT, I want a team on Fantasy Premier League. Then he will give me a team and I will just place this team into Premier League website. Now it's first giving me like a hint of how the whole process works. It tells me that I have 100 million budget and I need to choose 15 players, 2 goalkeepers, 5 defenders, 5 midfielders and 3 forwards. Now if you want ChatGPT to build your team from A to Z, then it asks you to get him some information like if you want a full auto-generated team or just suggestions or a balance between performance and budget or a specific strategy. And now it gives you like some pieces of advice about the premium picks, the budget champs or the budget players and the template players. Then it asks you if you want to generate a full 15-man team, then you have to give him this information. So if you don't have something in mind, you can just say nothing in particular, generate a full team. So it will keep searching the web so that it can get a balance between players' performance and budget. And now it gave me the data I want, so I'm going to choose what he said, starting with Brentford, I'll just get this name, copy and paste, gonna reset the results, but nothing appears in the Premium League, which means that this champ may not be available in the Premier League anymore. So I'm going to say that this goalkeeper does not exist. Regenerate the team so all players exist. And now it will do deeper research. I will try to search again by a different name. Yeah, he exists. So I'm going to choose my goalkeeper. Next is Pickford. So I think Pickford is maybe higher performance, so I'm going to cancel Keller and place Pickford at the beginning, then Keller, so that Keller will be a backup and not the main goalkeeper. Then for the defense, I will get Nouri, then Gabriel, then Pisaka, then Poro. But you can see that he does not have many points, so I'm going to keep him to the end as a backup. Then he gave me the backup as a budget rotation based on my budget, so I'm going to place Poro in here, and I'm going to leave this one to the end based on the budget. Now in the mid I'm going to choose Mohamed Salah, then Palmer, then Rogers, then Kudus, then Words. Finally, for the forward, I'm going to pick Pedro and Isaac. So I can't find Pedro. Yeah, because we need to reset the search results. Here is Pedro and Isaac. And finally, Solanke. So I have built this team and I still have negative 4.5 million. Since he gave me the final defense position as budget rotation, and since I already have the budget in negative, so I need to make some changes so that I can get a player plus negative 4.5 million. So if I got this defense player as the cheapest one, then I need at least 8.5 million. And if I just removed one of these players, I will need additional 4 million so that I can get at least one cheap player. So this means that I need at least 12.5 million. So any player who is cheaper than 12.5 million will not solve my issue. So the only champion or the only player who will solve my issue is Musalah. I will have to remove him. Then I will need to get 2 players now for 10 millions. Since this player, so I'm going to get these 2 players and I'm going to just fill them as backup players. So now I will tell ChatGPT, give me 2 players, one for defense and one for mid, and both will cost 10 million combined. So he gave me for the defender as Purvis and for the midfield as Mason. So I can't find Purvis. So I'm going to pick Mason first. So I can't find both. So I'm going again to ChatGPT and tell him I can't find both. Update your information for Fantasy 2025. It gave me Gabriel and Mason again. So I'm going to search for Gabriel first, but I already placed him. And Mason is not there. So again, not updated. Now it gave me Ben White and Easy. I can find Ben White, but I think Easy is there. But Easy will cost 7.5 million. So this will not be sufficient because I will have only 2.5 million, which will not be sufficient. So I'm going to tell him Ben White does not exist and Easy is expensive, 7.5 mil. Now it gave me Mark for defender and Philip for midfielder. So I can't find any defenders in here with the name Mark. And Philip for midfield. I have 2 Philip. He said Philip in Aston Villa. So I have Man City and I don't have Aston Villa in here. So again, both players are not accurate until I get an accurate result. It gave me for defense Nicholas Jackson, good. And now I need a midfielder. So now give me a midfielder for 6 million. He gave me Morgan and for 4.5 million. So I got Morgan. No, Morgan is forward. So I'm going to tell him that Morgan is forward. I need mid. So it gave me Andres. for 5.5 mil. So I got my budget and I have also 0.5 million, so I can enter the squad without spending the 100 million, or or with spending them while my budget is zero, but I can't enter the squad if I am on a negative budget. So this is the team that was created by ChatGPT, and of course I had many difficulties to deal with it because not 100% of ChatGPT information is correct. So after choosing this team players, I can do another way so that I can create a different team without having to get any information about football. So I'm going to reset this team and start from scratch. And this way is only dependent on the points that were achieved during the previous seasons. So I'm going to reset and delete anything in the search bar. Then I'm just going to choose the players who got the highest points. So now goalkeepers are Pickford and Sells. Then defenders are Gvardiol and Milinkovic. Then midfielders as Musalah, Impumo, Palmer, Cunha, Fernandez. Then forward as Isaac, Wood and Bowen. Now check our budget. We still got 2 million, but we need 3 more players. So now we will deal with budget versus points. So in case of goalkeepers, I got the top 2. In case of defenders, I got top 2. But in case of midfielders, I will now compare between total points and price. So any player who will have lower points than any of these players from bottom to top, I will just remove and replace him with I will replace him with this player. So for example, Fernandez is 9 million and it has 174 points. So Semenyo has 7 million only, so he can replace Fernandez for very small difference in points but very large difference in price. So I can remove Fernandez and place Semenyo. But let me tell you first about an idea. Let's return Fernandez again. You may have 4 backups or 4 substitute. You may use these 4 places only for the cheapest price players, and you will not be able to do any substitutes because you will fill these 4 positions with very cheap priced players, because you will just keep them this way and you will not use them during the whole season. So for example, for the goalkeeper, I might remove Sells with another cheaper priced goalkeeper that I will not use during the season. So for example, I can search for a goalkeeper with the cheapest price, which means 4 million. And now I will pick this goalkeeper. So now I saved 1 million. Next I have the midfielders. I can remove Fernandez because Fernandez was the lowest number of points in the first 5. Now I can search for a midfielder with only 4 million. There is no 4 million. The cheapest is 4.5. Then I'm gonna keep Divini because he is going to be my backup. And now for the forward, or let me do it in different way, because in backups you have 3 slots for players which may be from defense, from from mid and from forward, but goalkeepers must have one spot. So I can do this with goalkeepers normally, but I will return back Fernandez. Then I will choose the 3 backups at the end of the selection. So now, whenever I have 3 spots only, like this, I will fill them with 3 backups. So I need 3 cheap backups here. So I will just keep 2 defense, and I will keep 5 midfielders and 3 forwards. Then these 3 positions are going to be for backups. So I'm going to choose defenders of only 4 million, because these are going to be my backups. I'm going to pick Alex, Twanzibi, and Clean. These are going to be my backups. Now I need to get 9 million so that I can go ahead and enroll in the squad. So I'm going to reset again and do the same exact thing I did before. So I'm going to replace midfielders here with others, starting with Semenyo, who will save me 2 million for slight difference between him and Fernandez. So goodbye Fernandez and welcome Semenyo. Next, Rogers is 7 million. So I can keep Rogers instead of Cunha to save 1 million. J Murphy for 6.5. I can remove Palmer for J Murphy. I still need 6 million. So Palmer got 214 while Bowen got 193. So I can replace Bowen first. So I can't replace Bowen with Watkins because he will cost more money. I need someone who will cost me less than 8 million, like Wissa, for example. I'm going to remove Bowen and replace him with Wissa for 0.5 million difference. Now I have Palmer for 214 points, while Wissa for 185 points. Or let's better compare between Palmer and Wood. Palmer is 214 while Wood is 200, so I'm going to replace Wood first. Wood costs 7.5 million, so I need a champion or a player with less than this cost. Here is Raul, so I'm going to replace Wood with Raul. And now I still need 4.5 million. So now I have Isaac 211 points while Palmer 214, so I can replace Isaac with another player. So Isaac is 211. By the way, I think I did something wrong. I could have changed Raul for Wissa instead of Wood. So I'm going to remove Wissa and remove Raul, then choose Wood, then choose Raul, because Raul is less expensive than Wissa anyway. And now I have a comparison between Palmer and Wood, which again Palmer will win. So I need someone who is less than 7.5, which is Strand Larson. So I'm going to now remove Wood and add Strand Larson. So now I still need 3.5 million. So I will compare between Palmer and Isaac. Isaac is 211 while Palmer is 214. So I'm going to replace Isaac as well. So I have used the highest or the top forwards while not using the top midfielders. So I'm going to replace Palmer with someone who is cheaper. So J Murphy is 6.5 while Semenyo is 7. So I'm going to replace Semenyo with J Murphy. Or not Semenyo, I'm going to replace Rogers with Jim Murphy. Then I have Kluivert, who is cheaper than Palmer. So I'm going to replace Palmer with Kluivert. And now let's check our pricing. So we have 0.5 mil excess that I can use to replace another player. So now I have Palmer 10.5, and I will search for a champion who is, or a player who is 10 million. There is no one with 10 million. So I can use Cunha with someone who is 7.5, for example, but still no one for 7.5. I can use B. Fernandez for someone who is 8.5, but again no one is 8.5 cost. Rogers for 7.5, for 6.5. So I can replace Jim Murphy with Rogers. And now I have got my team ready with all of the top niche teams or the top niche players. So before proceeding, I need to identify the backups, the captain, and the vice captain. So the backups are going to be the goalkeeper and the 3 defenders in here, while the captain is going to be definitely Mo Salah as the main captain, because he is the highest price and the highest total points, while the vice captain is going to be Isaac. So I'm going to proceed now by entering the squad, naming my team as Team Y. Then accept and enter squad. I will generate badge later. Then I will get my backups as this goalkeeper and clean. Then I am going to replace Semenyo with Alex and Raul with this defender. Unfortunately, you will have to deal with at least 3 defenders, which is a problem to me now. But to replace someone with Raul, I can replace him with Lawson. And now I have my team ready. The captain is going to be Mo Salah, and the vice captain is going to be Isaac. Perfect. So now my team is ready, and this team I built without having any information about football. So I gave you many options and many ideas through which you can build your fantasy team, whether you are a football fan or just someone who is trying to get a prize from Premier League. So that's it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and this video. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in more videos. Until then, take care and goodbye.